Hello, this is Nick Inc., your instructional designer. I wanted to share a quick lecture with you on Universal Design for Learning, UDL, and the impact this approach can have on classes and students. This is part of a series of videos on the different principles of UDL. As a quick overview, UDL is an educational framework that aims to minimize barriers that prevent or stifle student access, engagement, and learning. Focusing on the diverse ways people learn, UDL approaches learning through the lens of how multiple types of learners, or the various ways students take in information, can be used to leverage better pedagogies and classroom actions. UDL aims for a proactive means of reaching students by looking at how to build courses to help students right away rather than reacting to students on an as-needed basis. This allows students to learn and work with materials on their own without the need for individual accommodation. UDL is centered around three principles which focus on different elements of learning, classroom or course actions, or the ways to approach or help students. This video will cover one of three principles to detail more and give actionable and real-world applications for your classes. Please note that this video will not fully cover all parts of each UDL principle, and instead will cover how the principle can broadly be integrated or executed in Canvas. I encourage you to look up dedicated UDL databases and websites to learn more about UDL and its various parts. The principle covered for this video is representation. This principle focuses on how presenting information in different ways acts to support access and understanding. This specifically deals with the ways that information is given to students and how it can be given in multiple ways for learners. When giving multiple means to access or take in information, students gain a measure of choice and autonomy in their learning and how they approach the class. This removes a more typical one-size-fits-all approach and aims to have students use materials that suit them best and that work best with their personal and preferred learning styles. This idea of having different options can be best explained through how students are given class information. This could mean students are given text readings alongside videos to choose to read or listen to the content. They can be given PowerPoint slides with recorded lectures to read, or review the information at their leisure. They can be given readings that offer audio-based options so they can listen to the text instead. This meets the guidelines of representation by letting students choose the means to take in information as text, video, audio, or visuals as they prefer. Do note that this does not mean that all of these must be present in the class, only that some option or consideration is given to them. It should also be noted that any student can learn by any method, and the idea of set learning styles has largely been debunked. UDL's principle of representation instead gives students a choice whenever possible to choose or engage with the material however they prefer. The difference here is that UDL offers students choice versus forcing them into one static category. This lets them choose how to learn and lets the faculty not pigeonhole students into videos, for example, for all items. Within Canvas, representation can be met easily through the various ways that items and information can be built, added, or uploaded to a course. There are two broad methods to add items in Canvas. The first is to add items directly to a module. By clicking on the plus button in the top right of a module, you can then add items to the module for students to choose. The drop-down menu will offer the ability to add files, create a Canvas page, or add external URLs that will appear on the module. With this method, students will see the individual items on the module and be able to choose which to access. The second is to specifically use a Canvas page or the Rich Content Editor, or RCE, to add the various modes of representation. Here, the RCE offers the ability to add text, add a URL, upload a document, add an image, or embed or add videos. Notably, the RCE field can do multiple at once, so you can add an image with text, then a video, and then upload a document all on the same page. From an instructional design standpoint, my professional preference is to use a page to add multiple items to keep everything together in one place. This declutters the module and lets students access any item they need or want in one place, removing navigation issues. A good idea to keep in mind when considering UDL principles and actions is that they are guidelines and not rules. There is no demand nor requirement that requires absolute adherence to UDL principles. Instead, UDL ideas and actions can be added as they fit with your discipline, teaching style, or pedagogical needs. As noted here, UDL is best applied not by the book, but instead by the bookmark. For representation, this means you do not need to add videos along with text readings if they do not exist or if they would not help the course. Representation is an approach, not a demand, and is one that you can check to see how well it works or what is feasible before you fully engage with it in your class. I hope this video lecture helps you to structure your own online courses and gives you the tools to do so. If you have any questions or need help, please email me and I'd be glad to assist. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video.